Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to be making our coilovers go from this to this. Let me show you how. So for some strange reason our coilovers are misaligned. The camber obviously isn't adjusted correctly. I have no idea why, but today we're going to fix it. We're going to pull the coils out, fix the rust on the top, possibly paint them, put them back in, set the camber correctly and realign the car. I've got the old girl jacked up and on jack stands, so let's pull the wheels off. I wanted to check out the wear of the tires. This is the driver's side, this is the passenger side. They're fairly even, which is kind of surprising considering they've done quite a few Ks on different camber. Now that we're up to unbolting our coilover, I'm going to unbolt these two bolts. I've put marks on them. I'm not entirely sure whether these bolts are the type that adjust the camber of the wheel, but I marked them just in case. We'll know as soon as we start undoing them. Yep, that's a camber bolt. That is dirty. Our first coil out. That's the first time I've ever taken a coilover out, so that was pretty cool. It's pretty dirty. As you saw before, the top's quite rusty. So let's see if we can sort that out. It definitely needs a big clean, like it's gross. And these seals aren't looking great, but we don't have replacements, so let's just do what we can with it. Since these things are so dirty, we're gonna hit them with the degreaser, the wheel brush, and some water. See how well we can get them cleaned up. It's heaps cleaner. Let's let them dry out for a little while and go clean up the inside a little bit. Let's try and clean up some of this crustiness while we're here. They're a lot cleaner, which is cool. It's not perfect, but a lot better. You can actually see that it's MCA Blue now, V3. Pretty cool. So let's undo these and see if we can pull this top bit off. The top plate off. Interestingly, it's only the bit that has been exposed is rusty. I guess the mortar and whatever else got in there and it got all messed up. Set of brushes, we got stainless steel, brass and nylon. We'll probably try the brass one to try and aggravate. Destroy the rust. I love WD, so we're gonna use a bit of WD to try and get it going. It's 1,000 times better. Still a few grooves, but that's very cool. Alright, let's try and get this bit around the rim. Alright, it's 1,000 times better. We don't really need to paint that now, to be honest. That'll look pretty cool. A little before and after, before we get rid of the rust. This one's got quite a bit more. This is the one that was sort of sitting in the middle. So a fair bit to do on that one, but it comes out quite good. And all it is, a bit of WD and a brass wire brush. Alright, we got these plates cleaned up too. There's a bit of rust on the top of all these studs, bolts, so they're cleaned up. And we cleaned the plates up a bit too, so they're looking pretty good. Now, let's paint these. We're going to paint them. I have some primer and some black, so let's do some masking. I'm going to mask up, obviously, down there, and try and mask up that sort of ball joint thing in there. Now, I don't know a whole lot about painting, so I'm going to be freestyling this a little bit. Got some 1200 grit to rough this up, wax and grease remover, acrylic primer, acrylic black. Okay, this is what we've got. Let's take it outside and hope paint binds to that. I've never really painted anything like this before, so it's going to be an interesting one. Alright, we're done with 3 coats of primer. Let's move on to the gloss black and see how it looks. Alright, we got 3 coats done, 3 coats of primer, 3 coats of black. They look pretty good. It is quick dry, but I'm going to let that dry for a few hours before I put them back in the car. So I'm gonna find something else to do in the meantime. Alright, they're painted, they're dry. We let them dry overnight, they look good. Let's bang them up in the car now with the plates. Right, I've got the 2 bolted into the top and we've got the strut brace back on, so now let's work out how to bolt it back up down here. That bolt is a normal bolt that goes on the bottom. This bolt is a camber bolt. See, it's got that little bit of a knot thing happening there. So I've never put one of these back in before, so I got to work out how to do that. Alright, so I worked out the best way is to jack the whole assembly up to try and line this up. Got our camber bolt. I don't fully understand how these work or the best way to adjust it, but I'm just going to put it back to how it was. Bit of ATCs on there. These go quite tight, about 178 Newton meters. Let's put it back together. Got it all installed on both sides. Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to loosen up this nut and this rod, because we are going to be doing we're going to be checking the alignment with a string line, so it'll be a lot easier to loosen that up now, make sure it's cracked before we put the wheels back on. That was a 22 mil. You loosen that and then that lets you adjust this. That's a 13 mil to get on there. So we loosen that and then we can move this and that will adjust the toe, I believe it's called, the wheel like that. So I'm not really sure how well this is aligned. I've never had it aligned. Well, let's put the wheels back on the car, put it on the ground, make sure the steering wheel's straight, and check it. I'm excited. I like doing stuff I've never done before, and I've never really messed around with suspension, so this is a lot of fun. This is our fitment currently. It's pretty high, but these coilovers are kind of soft, so I'm gonna make sure we don't scrub. Looks pretty neat, definitely a big improvement. I'm surprised, pleasantly surprised. We've got our jack stand set up. The string's roughly the same height all the way around. There's another jack stand down there, so we went all the way around the car like that. So it's just touching on the front there, and it's like 2 mil off the rim. I don't know if you can see that, but there is not much in that at all. 1 mil, 2 mil on that wheel. This wheel is about the same. It's touching at the back, and it is, oh, it's pretty much touching there. This alignment's good. Touching, oh, 1 mil, less than 1 mil. And we got touching and touching. Full disclaimer, I've never done a wheel alignment before. I've never set up string lines. I've never done any alignments. I haven't done anything with suspension before. I'm pretty sure that's how you do it. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's a good way of checking it. And since it's so close, I'm gonna call that good. That was very fun. Thanks for watching. I hope it was good. I had a lot of fun. Hopefully you did too. Anyway, that was a hell of a heap of fun. If you wanna see some more fun, go check this video out. Or is it there? I don't know. But I put an exhaust in my Evo. Go learn about it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.